What's going on, everybody? This is your boy, Mr. E, boss of the Southside Bosses. You already know you listening to.
As Mr. Flavor, I am proud to bring to you Mr. E, the music maestro.
BOSS, Southside
But we bring y'all nothing but the best. And right now, you are listening to Reggae Hour. So make sure that y'all find us on your favorite streaming service, whether it be iHeart, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Deezer, wherever. You'll be able to find us. You can even find us on sbcmovement.com. But I want you to find us on your favorite streaming service and hit that like, follow, and subscribe button right now so that you can get notifications every time we come on here to bring y'all some great reggae and some great reggae artists, as we love to interview all types of reggae artists from all over the globe. So make sure you tune in, turn up, and zone out. While you're at it, hit that share button and share us to all your family and friends. This way, they can be able to get some of this great entertainment as well. Because I'm telling you, we're going to bring y'all some of the best content you've ever had to hear in reggae. You heard me? We're going all over the world with it. We're going to be talking today about the new Bob Marley movie. I know a lot of y'all saw it out there, and I know a lot of people got opinions, so I want to talk about a few of the opinions that I've seen on social media. Soon we're going to get some people on, and we're going to be talking about the movie, but I want to give everybody a chance to see the movie before we actually bring people in to talk about the movie. You heard me? If you're willing to get on, just hit us up on at BOSS Podcast on Facebook, or you can find us on Instagram at Southside Boss Connection. On TikTok, we're BOSS Radio. Come on, hit us up. Let us know what you think about it. And if we like your opinion, we'll bring you onto the set and talk about it amongst a group of us. You feel me? We're also going to be talking about some craziness from one of the presidential candidates. Probably dropped out by now. She needs to drop out. But just talk about raising the retirement age. So I want y'all to make sure y'all tune in for that, because that is definitely going to affect everybody that is a working adult. So make sure y'all tune in, because we got to discuss that as well. But we also going to talk about who legalized weed before Texas and other United States. So we definitely need to talk about that. I'm not understanding how we united in this motherfucker, and some of us smoke and some of us can't. That's bullshit, man. I'm a smoke though. So y'all make sure y'all hit that like, follow, and subscribe button on your favorite streaming service, and share it to your family and friends. And when we come back after a word from a couple of our sponsors, we're going to get right into it, you heard me? You already know you listening to
BOSS, Southside
Feel the best you and save with any of our skincare sets. With either soap and oil or soap and butter, or a combination of all three, heal your skin and keep it with the shine and healthy enough to withstand the sun. No matter what your skin needs, Southside Beauty Care will continue to help you through those rough patches of skin to the smoothness of butter dripping off of your body. Mix and match until you find a skincare regimen that's tailored for your skin and designed to obtain perfection. Come to Southside Beauty Care and see what we have designed specifically for you.
I got a feeling bigger than the sky. I would ride it in the clouds if I could fly. I've been dreaming forest by the sea. Your name a whisper through the trees. Never, never lost, nothing worth saving. Never, never on and something that should go. Never, never run, know what I'm saying. Just gotta trust the answers in the sky. Big old sky, big old sky, big old sky, big old sky. You want the meaning, the feeling of the breeze. No concealing, revealing on the seas. Don't hide it, just try it. Go show it, you know it. Big old sky, big old sky, big old sky. Big old got a feeling bigger than the sky. I would ride it in the clouds if I could fly. I've been dreaming forest by the sea. Your name a whisper, whisper through the trees. Never, never lost, nothing worth saving. Never, never hung on something that should go. Never, never run, know what I'm saying. Just gotta trust the answer in the sky. Big old sky, 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 big old sky.
Hello, my name is Mr. E, and I love to bring the best reggae artists to your ear just so you can have the best to listen to. We get to know these artists in ways that only you can know through listening to them speak on life and the way that they see it. So I want to invite you to follow our podcast to keep up or even find a new favorite artist by clicking the link above and just hitting the follow button. From legend artists such as Glenn Washington to brand new emerging artists like Sky the Limit, reggae is an art form full of artists, and we have them here with us on BOSS Radio. You never interacted with the art if you can't vibe with the artist. So this is your perfect chance to understand the lyrics, emotions, and sounds the way they were meant to be. Hit that follow button today so you can stop missing out right now. BOSS Radio, Southside Bosses, its owners and associates take no responsibility for the opinions or statements made by the talk show host or their guests. Statements or show topics are not necessarily the beliefs of the site or the radio station, and opinions between talk show hosts may conflict. This site does not endorse anything as the truth. That you will have to judge for yourself. But we try to speak the truth on the owner's behalf and reserve the right to question the supposed truth. In this time of misinformation, government-controlled media, and government corruption, it is sometimes hard to get to the truth, but we must try. It is not our intention to libel, discriminate, make hate, or annoy anyone. We believe that it is our constitutional First Amendment right of free speech to voice our opinions and our duty to the Constitution and country to expose the truth. This site takes no responsibility for the opinions of others and the postings of comments in chat rooms or forum posts.
BOSS, Southside
Already, we back. Mr. E is back in the building, man. And like I said, if you ain't hit that like, follow or subscribe button and at least share this to some of your family and friends. I'm kind of disappointed in y'all already because y'all supposed to love me, man. Y'all supposed to be doing better than this, man. We spread nothing but love, truth, peace, justice, and freedom on Reggae Hour. So let everybody feel it. You feel me? Already, but if you ain't seen that Bob Marley movie, man, you're slipping. You're slipping and you need to go see it. Now, to me, was a wonderful movie. I'm going to get into the aspects of it later. But for it to have crossed the $100 million mark on Friday passing, and including a $61.4 million domestically here in the United States and $39.7 million overseas only after 10 days of being in the theaters, I would say that this was a smashing hit. It was smashing. Um, and the numbers prove it. So to, pretty much basically, get into it, it was a PG-13 movie, so everybody was able to go see it. And if you don't know who Bob Marley is, but you've heard his music everywhere, definitely suggest before getting into his the other movies about him, because they gonna give you the meat and potatoes and them other movies about that's one thing I can say about this movie is that it didn't really go too deep into his life. It covered one and it was a major one story in his life, a little bit of spoiler alert. It talks about how he almost lost his life. We know he has passed, but we talk about how he almost lost his life because I didn't know, a lot of people out there did not know how Bob Marley died. They thought that he was really murdered. And I gotta say that wasn't what happened, So go watch the movie and you'll see where they got that from, where they got that misconception from. But you know, uh, it's just one of those movies that you've been touched by Bob Marley's music before, and to see it enacted in real life, it made it actually make sense why he was the way he was. And then not only that, but a lot of people, let me get into the reviews. A lot of people say, for mostly the reviews is phenomenal. 4.3 on average on Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic and IMDb. IMDb actually got a 6.5 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes got it at 42%, Metacritic got it at 43%, and Google reviews, has it at a 4.3 out of a 5. 2,478 ratings at that. Now, when it comes to the negative reviews, it got a few 1 stars, and I'm just gonna take time. I'm gonna read a couple. This is off of Google reviews. So it said the Bob Marley movie, One Love, was good, but could have been excellent. Bob Marley is my favorite singer of all time. I fell in love with his music at the beginning of my sophomore year in college in 1985. His music has impacted my life in many ways since that time in a positive way. I was really excited about the movie when I heard that they were making the movie. I went to the movies last night and I was very impressed with the guy that played Bob's role. He did an exceptional job. The movie was good, but it could have been excellent. I was disappointed and a little confused at the end when they ended the movie in 1978. I don't understand why they didn't continue the process of finishing the story and educating society about his whole life. What happened with the continuation of his life, with how he came to America and performed at Madison Square Garden with the Commodores as a dual show, and how he stole the show from the Commodores. That show was in 1980. I wish they would have showed the rest of society about how he died with developing melanoma in his big toe, and finishing the movie with the process of him getting treatment in Germany and flying back home to Miami where he passed away in the hospital with his family by his side. Now that there is a more in-depth description of Bob Marley's life. That's not what this movie was about, though. It wasn't about that. It was about how Bob Marley united the two parties that were destroying Jamaica, the two political parties that was destroying Jamaica, and how they would try to put the image of that it was the gangsters that were destroying Jamaica. When in all actuality, it was the two politicians, the two English or the two European politicians that were pretty much running things or fighting over power in Jamaica. That's what it was all about. It's about Bob Marley's major performance in Jamaica. Because you notice, well, again, I'm not trying to give away the spoiler, but it was something that show you how it was really focusing on Jamaica because they talked about it, but they did not go into depth about it. You know what? Spoiler alert. They talked about how Bob Marley was supposed to go to Africa, but they didn't show him going to Africa to perform free concerts all over the continent. And the reason for that was because he was uniting, he was bringing that money to the African economy. He helped boost their economy a little. Now, there was another one. Here's another. It's a pretty lengthy one, so bear with me. This was said, disappointed with the movie as a whole. Despite this movie being about a Jamaican star, Jamaican people, the music and culture, they have used a predominantly British cast. Only a small percentage of the actors are actually Jamaicans. Jamaicans are natural comedians, funny yet insightful. So this was nice to see this come across on screen when Bob Marley and the Wailers were just starting out in the studio singing Simmer Down. I'm sorry, but the young Rita Marley actress should never try to attempt a Jamaican accent ever again. It was poor. The movie jumped back and forth from childhood to the present 1976 to 1978. It could have been executed in a much better way. It's as though they remembered little snippets of Bob's life and threw it in the mix. If you don't know much about Bob's life apart from his music, then perhaps you will enjoy this movie. But if you know anything about Bob's life, you'll notice that certain characters appeared in the movie but had no speaking parts. I agree with that. So what was the relevance of even including them? I think Rita and Ziggy just wanted a paycheck. How can Brad Pitt be an executive producer? I was so confused. Now, you can't. Okay, so let me start from the beginning on this one. It's disappointing with the movie as a whole. Hey, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but technically, if you went to go watch a movie, then you would have watched a great movie. So I can't say I was disappointed as a whole. Then she went on to say, despite this movie being about a Jamaican star, Jamaican people, the music culture, they have used predominantly a British cast. Now, she did mention at the end that she thinks that Rita and Ziggy was just after a paycheck. But they are the ones that co-produce this movie. They help with the picking of the actors. All of the sons, all of the children were actually involved. Even Stephen Marley, who is the grandson of Bob Marley, was involved in the casting of the actors, including the one that played Bob Marley. So again, I mean, for us to be saying that, they could have picked a better actor or something like that. Rita knew this man better than any of us. Ziggy right behind her. So I'm going to lean towards what Ziggy and Rita knew what they was doing. I'm pretty sure Ziggy and Rita are not, and I followed them. I followed them. I followed all of them, all the way down to Sedella, his daughter. Don't really follow Stephen Marley like that, but I follow all the children, and they don't see they hold their father and their husband in a very high regard. So I think they were just looking for a paycheck when it came to this movie. I think they wanted to bring up the fact that, and this is why I say the movie was a great movie, because they wanted to bring up the political fact. You have myriads of Bob Marley movies out there that gets into his actual life. But this was more of a political, trying to unite the politics, build a stage of hope, a foundation of love and peace so that we can move forward. I think that's what that movie was about. That's why they called it One Love. Now, they say I'm sorry, but the young Rita Marley actress should never attempt a Jamaican accent ever again. If you have ever seen the movie The Warrior Queen, no, excuse me, the Woman King, the Woman King, you would see that this actress, phenomenal. This isn't her first time playing in a role. She's very, very phenomenal at what she does. But I must admit, the Jamaican accent could have been better. I didn't even think about that. So it wasn't that bad. It wasn't horrible. But yeah, it could have been better. And when you start noticing that, when you start noticing things like that, then you start keeping, where I feel like they kind of rushed her training when it came to getting the proper accent down pat. Because no, now that I think about it, she didn't. But she played a African woman in The Woman King very, very well. So I believe she would have had it. And I know that's why I think I didn't really pay too much attention to it. But she also said that the movie could have been executed in a much better way. It's as though they remember little snippets of Bob's life and threw it in the mix. And again, I want to refer back to the whole point of the movie was about singling out this one performance. And if you watch the beginning, when you watch the beginning of the movie, you see why they singled out this one performance. Because this one performance almost cost Bob Marley his life. So they wanted to focus on the politics, how he was able to help bring together what we would have necessarily, tore asunder. He was able to bring two of the biggest politicians together on stage, and that's what helped get Jamaica some of the peace that it was able to afford. But to say that, but I will touch on the fact that she said that there was characters that appeared in the movie, but they ain't had no speaking part. So what was even the point? I don't like the fact that they showed you his children, but didn't introduce you to his children. We don't even know the two children that we do know. If you do know Bob Marley, then you know that Ziggy was one of the children that was in the car with them at the beginning of the movie. But I can't speak for the second one because I don't know the ages. So if I knew the ages, I know it was 78 to 79, but I mean 76 to 78. So if I knew the ages, I'll be able to probably pinpoint who the other child was. And there's a lot more Bob Marley fans out there that's bigger fans than me. I'm a huge Bob Marley fan, but there's some bigger fans than me who can look at them and be like, oh, that's that right there is Kamani, that right there Damien, that right there is Steven, his grandson, even though he wasn't born yet. So, when it comes to that, I got to say that, yes, I do wish they would have touched on certain characters that was in his life a lot better so we could have understood where he became Bob Marley, because I like the fact that they show how he met Rita, how she brung him to the enclave that, that used to chant every night. They used to praise Jah every night. She introduced him to Rastafari. So I love the fact that they showed that, and they showed how that aspect of it came together. I do. I love that part. I love it. So I'm not sure if and Brad Pitt being the producer, I don't see any problem with that. I know what they're trying to say, that he was a white man, a white American producing the movie, executive producing the movie. But think about it. Brad Pitt actually has some accolades that fits the scenario. I mean, he has been major stars. He has been a major producer. He's even been a director. So why not get him? He's well qualified to do it. I think that the way that they did it in reference for art. They didn't do it to tell a story. They did it to show you the art of Bob Marley. You feel me? So, and there's many other, other reviews that shows you, how they feel about it. There's a lot of negative reviews. It is. It is from 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, and 4 star. Mainly 5 star. But I do see that there were some people that found issues with it. Again, if you have not watched the movie, go watch the movie. Don't play with it. You can. Hey, it's definitely something I would suggest that you all go check out. But again, hit that like, follow, and subscribe button on your favorite streaming service. Hit that share button to all your family and friends. And when we come back, we're going to talk, a little bit about this Nikki Haley character. And exactly what, if she was president, what she would have done that would affect your money in your later years of your life. And that she's proud of it. No, we're going to talk about it. And we're going to talk, even though she's not going to win, how it can still affect you. This is Mr. E, BOS says radio, baby. Hit that like, follow, and subscribe, shares, and we'll be right back. You heard me? Here's a word from a few of our sponsors.
Street woman, sky the limit. Hey,
Clearly we have a problem. Watch you know. Some man a big claffy, abusing woman, you fi stop it. Take a life, living the family unhappy. Big man a move sloppy. You force pan the little daughter. You that no right is a disaster. It's like say them forgot it. Say them come from a woman's body, but it seem like how the devil or them daddy do some things them never happy. But all your actions will be called for. Just remember time of the master. Ay. Them don't have no love, no love them no feel. Them don't have no love. Them are dirty, them heart unclean. Ay, them don't have no love. No love, them no feel. Them don't have no love. Them not have no love for real. Where's Jasmine Dean? Hurt my heart when she go missing off the scene. Imagine the kind of pain her father feel. Worse with what she had to deal. The demons got no pray, them you reveal. Protect the innocent souls, I'm come for steal. The devil is real, like a thief in all the night, the man for sin. Come for leave some scars were hard to heal. But this is my appeal. Protect us from the battlefield. Roll with me like a wheel, oh God. Them don't have no love. No love, them no feel. Them don't have no love. Them are dirty, them heart unclean. Ay, them don't have no love. No love, them no feel. Them don't have no love. Them not have no love for real. Hey, big man, tell me why you take her life. You beat her, rape her, then you kill her than the nice. Like a GPS, find them location, even put them on no ice. The consequence will ring them like a knife, yeah. Feed them evil deeds, them need to pay the price. And make them get away the once and do it twice. Them cannibal, they even deserve prison life. But me leave it to God through Jesus Christ, yeah. Them don't have no love, no love, them no feel. Them don't have no love. Them are dirty, them heart unclean. Ay, them don't have no love. No love, them no feel. Them don't have no love. Them not have no love for real. Hey.
Already, man. See, life can be a dream. Life is a dream if you got gratitude, you know. Damian Marley said that. Life is a dream if you got gratitude. So go tell the regime they can't stop what we do now. You feel me? So man, if you can't see yourself, you know, making it, then just make sure that you see that the next person making it. Because we got enough haters in this world. We got enough haters. And we got enough people that just do not want to see us make it in this world. They don't want to see us make it at all. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. So help me understand why Nikki Haley, the ex-South Carolina governor, who lost South Carolina to Donald Trump by a landslide, tell me why she is pushing for the retirement age to be risen from 67 to 70. Now, I'm gonna tell you why. She says that people are living longer. This is why. People are living longer, so they should work longer. What the fuck? Nigga. Excuse my motherfucking language. Where they do that at? In the United States of America. No, excuse me, not in the United States of America, but the United States. There's a difference. Y'all go check out Revolutionary Hour. I told y'all earlier, go check it out if you don't understand what that meant. But in the United States, not the United States of America, they want to raise the retirement age from 67 to 70. They keep pushing it back. A few decades ago, they pushed it up from 63 to 67, or 65 to 67. They pushed it up to 67. They said, because we're living longer. What the you? Like my boy Orlando said, you already got us paying for apples. You got us paying for oranges, for water shit that God put down here for free? Yeah, but what the fuck? And you think I'm supposed to be happy with that? No. Mm-mm. I'm glad she lost every contest, because guess what? She gonna be fighting to be president till she's 70 since she wanna raise the retirement age. What the fuck wrong with her? And then had the nerve to talk about how we have two nominations, an actual president and a former president that's running for president, and they old. Nigga, what the fuck? You want to keep us working until we old. So it ain't no problem with them motherfuckers working since they're old already. I personally have a problem with that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do have a problem with that. I'm just saying, through her logic, what the fuck is the problem? I don't get it. She says, we want to make sure that everybody who was promised gets it. But we also want to make sure our kids have something when they get it too. Talking about Social Security. Motherfucker, the reason why we don't have Social Security is because your punk asses is giving $90 billion away to other fucking countries. This is why we don't have Social Security. You've been dipping into the Social Security fund forever. And you want us to pay back for it for another 3 years of our life when I could be chilling? If I make it to that age, I can be chilling in Jamaica somewhere on my retirement. No, you want us to work even longer to the point where at 70, what the fuck can I do? I ain't gonna want to get on a plane at 70, nigga. My bones hurt. I get up on all that cabin pressuring. I'm liable to come out like a motherfucking can. Very suppressed. But you want me to keep working until I'm 70. Nah, baby. Don't work that way. Matter of fact, we're gonna take your job away now. Any motherfucker that votes for Nikki Haley, I'm gonna tell you, the people that vote for Nikki Haley are just like black people that voted for Joe Biden after he said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Nigga, I'm glad I ain't black. Nigga, you ain't finna use that on me. You got me fucked up. You got a nigga fucked up. I'm sorry, no. Nope. I don't see it. Social Security is already a scam and it's always been. If you saving what you take out of your checks, then you would have that money. But yet you have been saving it. You just haven't been saving it to where you can have access to it. You told the government they can hold on to it. They can hold on to it. Now look at it. Now you may not have that shit when you get old. Because Social Security going down the drain. So I don't know about y'all, but I think I can handle my money just fine. Give me all my money. And like I say, go ahead and follow Revolutionary Hour if you really want to understand how to keep all your money. Right now, if you don't believe me, just Google a W-8-B-E-N IRS form or a W-T IRS form. Just Google them. Google them. Because I guarantee you, once you see that with those two IRS forms, you can stop the IRS from taking money out your checks. I guarantee you're going to want to be doing that from now on. How do you do that? Hey, just replace your W-4 with those two tax forms. But we'll talk about that on Revolutionary Hour. So make sure after you hit like, follow, and subscribe on Reggae Hour, go to that same streaming service that you be listening to all your podcasts and music on and look up Revolutionary Hour. You'll know it when you see it because it's going to have the big green star on it. You heard me? Yeah, Revolutionary Hour. But we're going to show y'all how to be free because it's time to make a revolution that is going to actually make some progress. You feel me? Already. So right now we're going to play a little bit of music. Y'all been waiting on this music for a little minute. So we're going to play a little bit of music. We got True Sounds with Good Ganja here because when we come back, we're going to be talking about not only some marijuana legalization laws here in the United States, but we're going to be talking about a country that you would have never thought that would have beat the United States to legalizing it. Yeah. Just so tune in for that. Tune in, turn up, and zone out, baby. You already know you listening to
Deal with sis. Southside ball.
Yeah, man. What the money well on? Ladies last year. Rastafari. New sound. Find it on King Solomon grave. Have it in a quarter and pound. Oh, me sound. I'm to some clown. Hey. I the good ganja if we are smoke. Smoke. Run with dirty Babylon with them cock. With them cock. I the good ganja if we are smoke. Smoke. And you go touch your white dust and go chalk. But it's a fight, if a ganja a smoke. But if I'm a man, we no want get no drought. Getting in a vibes with a spliffing on me mouth. In a higher eyes, meditate and teleport. Them a big tune, and this skipper should be down. For me a puffy ganja, yes, me know me can love. I'm the cigarette smoker, we coke, and them a pro. When I see ganja man, I the good ganja, if we a smoke. Run with dirty Babylon with them cock. I the good ganja if we a smoke. And you go touch your white dust and go talk. We make a talk. This high grade, open up some eye mates. Bunny fire, red, for the cokehead, we are misled. No cigarette, for the joint. Ganja slip in a me head. Press and a red. If you come, he make a red. Look on the damn stage, Babylon get a red. You know someone no good for me. Hell, but me still a sponsor. Ganja, from Babylon me no wanna sponsor. I the good ganja if we a smoke. Run with dirty Babylon with them cock. I the good ganja if we a smoke. Man, you go touch your white dust and go chalk. In a style, in a passion. I know me love ganja stiff with a passion. Me no like when he ration. Yeah, bring on the damn question. When we spend it in a pound, in a Britain, in a Europe, in a Japan. You know them love Jamaica station. So me a till the damn style with me lasan. So me a bun ganja slip and go cut. Everybody don't know a ganja slip me toes. Ganja we a smoke, want some boy with them coke. Ganja we a smoke. No, come on, we no coke. Why make me the cup choke? Ganja we a smoke. No come on, we no coke. Hey, we a puff that boy, man never. Everywhere, I'm telling you, Mr. Ganja me a smoke. I'm some boy who comes up with the damn plastic coke. Boy, move from the damn plastic coke. I'm a ganja we a smoke, ganja we a smoke, ganja we a smoke, ganja we a smoke.
BOSS, Southside Radio.
As Mr. Flavor, I am proud to bring to you Mr. E, the music maestro.
We gon' smoke, and talk about that high grade. Yes, sir. If you ain't smoking by now, man, I don't know what's wrong with you. I know what's wrong with me. I'm waiting on my wife to get home with the fucking Rillos. God damn, she taking forever, man. But I'm ready to put it in a fucking air. Because whenever you're talking about Bob Marley, man, you can't help it. You're going to definitely want to smoke. You're going to want to just feel irie. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't feel irie, man, you ain't going to be feeling nothing. You heard, man? I'm trying to feel good. Good. That's why I'm so upset that Texas has not legalized marijuana yet. Like, what the fuck, Texas? Can you help me out with this? I really need to understand how I was able to go watch the Bob Marley One Love movie, and I had to do what I usually do, smoke illegally. I don't like that shit. Now, I want to talk on this. This ain't the main story, but I'm going to talk on this. Did y'all know that the Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, bitch ass, has launched lawsuits against the cities of Austin, San Marcos, Killeen, Elgin, and Denton for adopting amnesty and non-prosecution policies that violate Texas laws concerning marijuana possession and distribution. See, this is what we call a conservative motherfucker. I don't really do with the labels like conservatives and progressives and Republicans and Democrats. They all to me are fucking assholes. But this motherfucking conservative right here on this aspect, he kiss my ass. Because how in the fuck are you going to get really upset because people are smoking marijuana? Really? Now, however, there's been recent laws that have taken place to decriminalize marijuana laws in the state. In 2019, Abbott signed the House Bill 1325 into law, and that law allows the production, manufacture, retail, sale, and inspection of industrial hemp crops and products. Texas granted that they stay at 0.3% or less Delta 9 THC level. Nigga, I don't want to smoke that. 0.3%, nigga, that ain't getting me nowhere. Nowhere. If I get something from a dispensary, that shit gonna say 95 and up. 0.3%. You could keep that. That sound like the damn interest rates that y'all try to give a motherfucker at the bank. I don't want that shit. Now, we do know that Texas still maintain a zero tolerance policy where marijuana possession is concerned, but no matter how small the quantity or what your reason is for possessing it, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, Texas. I just don't get it. But I guess we'll never get it. We'll never get it. So I ain't even worried about it right now. But I will say it is a damn shame when the country of Germany, with its Nazi history, has legalized marijuana. Yes. Recreational, not just medical, nigga, recreational. Yeah, Germans can even now grow up to 3 plants in their own home. You don't even got to do no more shady drug deals if I'm growing it in my 3 plants. Nigga, that's 3 different strains. That's sativa, that's indica, and that's hybrid. You feel me? Shit. That's all I need right there. And I know what the fuck I'm smoking. I ain't worried about nobody. I know when I get home, I'm gonna go to my plant that I grew my goddamn self, pluck that motherfucker, break that motherfucker down, roll that motherfucker. And I know ain't no goddamn extra substances in that motherfucker. They can even have 50 grams of marijuana on top of their fucking plants in their home. And if they ever decide to go into public, they can take a fucking almost an ounce, 25 grams. Come on now. You can have almost an ounce of weed in public. And we can't even get it legalized in Texas. Fuck. Now, the German's health minister says that it should help cut the number of users. Right. Motherfucker, you better get ready for that tourist boom. That's all I gotta say. You finna have more motherfuckers visiting you than Switzerland, goddammit. We know what happens when you legalize marijuana, motherfucker. Look at Colorado. Colorado had a booming goddamn economy after doing that. So all schools, I think it's all schools are free up there now, nigga. What the fuck? But see, we gotta start looking at the good side. But of course, you're always gonna have a hater. And even in Germany, you got a weed hater. Because the Germans Christian Democratic, right there, them 2 words, them 2 red flags right there. Union, which is the country's largest opposition party lawmaker, Tino Sorge, said that instead of protecting children and young people, the coalition is acting like a state drug dealer. Motherfucker, you sound just like Ken Paxton around this motherfucker. Shut your bitch ass up. How are they acting like state drug dealers when they're not even dealing drugs? They're dealing a plant for one. I don't care how you like to classify it. It's still a plant at the end of the day. But they not even selling it. Germany ain't even selling it. No government in the world is selling marijuana. So how are they a state drug dealer? Now, they may give licenses for it. I don't know if that is what you're talking about. But wouldn't that benefit you? I mean, Colorado has shown that the licensing fees and the taxes from this benefits you. So what is you talking about? I don't get it, Germany. I really don't. I really don't. Man, that's crazy. But even with, in the United States, medical marijuana is getting, it's I would just say privileges, since they're allowing you to do anything they allow you to do is a privilege. Remember that. It's not, you don't have rights in the United States corporation. Is the reason why I told you to go to Revolutionary Hour and hit that like, follow, and subscribe button. But yeah, no, they are not. That's a privilege. It's not a right. You would think it would be a right, but it's a privilege. But the medical cannabis businesses could also soon lose some legal protections that in South Dakota, the voters put into state law 3 years ago. They're saying in South Dakota that the state legislators are considering whether to allow law enforcement, again, that word allow, to inspect, search, seize materials, or prosecute dispensaries as well as facilities that grow, manufacture, and test cannabis. It's a fucking plant. I've never, in the existence of mankind, read how one plant has this fucking world in an uproar. Now, this Republican senator, again, Republican, Jim Malhoff, I'm saying his name wrong. I really don't care about it. But he's asking for the changes. Like medical marijuana was legalized with support from nearly 70% of the voters in South Dakota in 2020 general election. Now, the Senate has already given its approval to Malhoff's legislation, SB 71, and on Tuesday it advanced through the House Health and Human Services Committee on an 11-1 vote. That means that even though the citizens said, hey, we want it, the government is now saying, we gave it to you, but now we don't think that's right. We shouldn't have never gave it to you. We should have never let you decide what you should have. Because the full House of Representatives will debate this bill and possibly give final legislative approval as soon as Wednesday, tomorrow afternoon. Ain't that something? Now, the Republican, and this is shocking, the Republican representative David Cole, who is a retired law enforcement officer, is the lead sponsor in the House. And he said that the sections were unnecessary because the U.S. Constitution's Fourth Amendment already guarantees protections to people accused of crimes. The 2020 law gives extraordinary protections that other businesses don't have, according to Cole. So this is why they're trying to. It's like, of course they don't have it because this is a different type of business. I would have thought, but hey, Malhoff told the committee that the specific statutes create a chilling effect and aren't needed. He acknowledged that legalizing medical cannabis required a shift in South Dakotans' attitudes. What the? But he said this business is maturing. People understand how it works, and they should be treated as other businesses. But not all businesses are treated as other businesses. Look at the arms sales, not treated like any other businesses. Alcohol sales, not treated like any other business. Tobacco, not treated like any other business. So what are we talking about here? I'm not understanding how you can say that a marijuana business can't have these certain protections and has to be ran on the same side of a grocery store. It's not the same thing. It's not. So for you to say that they need restrictions, regulations, it's appalling that you would even think that. For real. It is appalling. So I don't get it. And then you get looking forward, you have the recommendation from the president, Joe Biden, back in October 2022 to change cannabis from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3. They got it in a Schedule 1 alongside with heroin. Nigga, please. And he wants to move it to Schedule 3, which is same as Tylenol. It cures a fucking headache. But the DEA still has not even responded to a August 29th recommendation from the Department of Health and Human Services to move the cannabis schedules. Now, some people be trying to say that They was questioning whether the U.S. obligations under compacts or such as the United Nations Single Convention on Narcotic Drugs of 1961 might prove to be a rescheduling roadblock. But and I'm putting it out here thanks to this Democrat from California, Sidney Kamliger Dove. I'm fucking her name up, I know. But she told the DEA that the U.S. treaties should have no impact on rescheduling. Matter of fact, she went on to say applicable treaties neither require the U.S. to keep marijuana in Schedule 1 or 2, nor do they preclude the DEA from accepting HHS's recommendation. And that was on February 16th to the DEA Administrator Ann Milgram. The U.S., she goes on to say, is not required under any applicable treaty to keep marijuana in a specific CSA schedule or in the CSA at all. You can take that shit out. They don't want to. She went on and added in part that the overarching goal of these treaties is to further public health, safety, and welfare in each signatory country. Now, given the devastating effects that the Schedule 1 classification and punitive approach to marijuana have had on black communities and communities of color in the U.S., not to mention the public health risk the unregulated market for marijuana-based products poses, and that marijuana has medical use as confirmed by the HHS, adopting the HHS recommendation would advance the treaty's core purposes of promoting public health, safety, and welfare. So technically, by them not moving is actually proving to be a conflict against the core purposes of promoting public health, safety, and welfare. Now, this is with many lawmakers and other government officials publicly urging the DEA to move marijuana to Schedule 3, which would boost flagging marijuana businesses through tax relief. They don't want to do that. They don't want to. They don't want to. I just, it doesn't make any sense. Now, by March 15th, Kamala Dove, the U.S. Senator, she wants to actually have answers for these 3 questions. And this is how we're going to end this show today. Because these 3 questions, we're going to be looking on March 15th for the answers for these. Is it the DEA's position that applicable treaty obligations preclude the agency from adopting the HHS's recommendation to transfer marijuana to Schedule 3? Pretty much asking, do you really think that there's treaties out there that stop you from doing that? Second question, who has attempted to influence the DEA's views on applicable treaty obligations and the proposed reclassification of marijuana? Please provide a log of all meetings DEA staff have taken with outside partners on this matter. I want to know who is convincing you that you shouldn't change the scheduling. I need to know this. Question 3. Has the DEA consulted with the U.S. Department of State or any expert agency outside of the U.S. Department of Justice regarding treaty obligations and the pending administrative process to reconsider marijuana Schedule 1 classification? Meaning, did you even talk to your own government about it? So, on March 15th, we're going to be back here on Reggae Hour to talk about the answers to these questions because we definitely want to know the answers to these questions. I want to know what is keeping y'all from doing it. Because once you do it on a federal, the states have to follow suit. That means Texas, fuck ya. I love you, but fuck the goddamn Texas government. I love Texas state, but fuck the state of Texas government. You heard me? So with that being said, hopefully on March 15th, we'll have some good news for y'all. Or if not, we'll have some bad news for you. But guess what? No matter what the news is, I'm going to be high giving it to you. We don't play that game right here. We don't play them games right here. So y'all make sure y'all tune in, turn up, and zone out. And if you didn't have any other reason to hit that like, follow, and subscribe button and that notification bell. You got one now, baby. We are on iHeart, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. We on YouTube, Deezer, Tidal. We on it all. So hit that like, follow, and subscribe button. Hit that share button. And we out of here. We're going to play a little bit of music. We got some more music coming to you from, you already know that we got all of these great reggae artists, especially with these reggae artists that we have interviewed. So make sure that you actually go and check them out. Check them out. The song that you heard before was True Sounds. And this one here is Crucial Rhythm with On My Mind. Here on BOS Says Radio's Reggae Hour. I hope you all had a great night. We are out of here. You heard me?
Southside Boss Radio.